What you know about nurturing?
What you know about rolling down in the D when you're ringing numb and you... I was actually like talking to somebody about that song, saying like there's literally nothing going on in the song. It's
Bro!
a bunch of lyrics strung together and like...
Yes. When your brain goes numb, you can call it mental freeze. Like, nigga, what the fuck is mental freeze?
It's the new...
Like, I don't get this bar. This
shit's going
the best part is everyone...
Feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
an astronaut in the ocean. You're like, nigga, what?
But NASA hasn't been in the ocean in years.
I heard someone...
Everybody knows that.
NASA?
Yeah, NASA started off as an ocean exploration group, and then they went to space, so...
There's another...
take the fuck off this
Some
planet.
motherfucker I was playing this game when I
another
was
thing for the
PS4 was
ocean.
actually singing that shit, bro. Like, he was actually enjoying
Someone told me...
singing it.
I seen comments that song is the new getting Rick rolled.
It is. It's so funny, because, like, you'll hear songs on TikTok, like a random fucking, whatever song you can think of, and all of a sudden you just hear the lyrics for Astronaut to the Ocean out of nowhere. Like any song you can
That's
think
the
of.
name
Like,
of the song, Astronaut to the Ocean?
Yeah. Yes.
I never knew that.
It'll be like,
I thought it was rolling down
Fireflies,
the
beats playing, and be like, you're expecting, like, you would not believe your eyes, and all of a sudden it's, what you know about rolling down in the deep, and it's off beat and it's off tune. They did it's perfect, yes. They do it for like every single song. There's one on like they have it on the WAP beat. They have it on everything.
Yeah,
I've been hearing them a lot.
People just like sitting there, and they'll be like, what's the point of this TikTok? They're just sitting there, you're hearing the beat playing, and all of a sudden you hear what you know about roll, and they start crying. It's good shit,
bro.
man.
I fucking hate
funny.
that song, man.
But you know how you said NASA doesn't explore the ocean?
Yeah.
Fun fact I learned this week. So I said my grandpa's from the Azores, which is the islands in Portugal.
Your grandpa?
Yeah, he was born in the Azores and came from here.
So not only is he a rapist, but
No. He's the one that didn't rape. The one that stuck around. My mom's side.
Oh, your mom's side.
Yeah,
Not the rapist.
The rapist is Irish, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. So no, my mom's dad. The one I actually grew up with and knew. He's dead now, but he was from the Azores, which is islands off the coast in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but they're Portugal islands. Anyways. So I randomly was watching like some bullshit ancient like fucking alien type shit on YouTube. And then I found out that in 2013 a random fisherman found a pyramid that's like about half the size of the Great Pyramid in Egypt underwater. But in the Azores, in between two of the islands. And it was like accidental. And this was in 2013. And they're also they're also saying that they explored this, but they haven't released any photos of what they found. And this was in 2013, and like no one's really asked about it like since. It's one of those things. But I'm like, motherfucker, there's a pyramid down there.
They didn't say it loud enough.
No, but the thing is that
the thing is
they think it was Atlantis.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Atlantis.
That's what the theory is.
You know what I mean? The world's changed so many times, and sea levels have changed. So it's not out of control for there to be like pyramids underneath the water.
No, but that would make sense because people like the stories of Atlantis kind of line up that it might have been a society just outside of Europe in the Atlantic Ocean, and that there might have been way more land.
Atlantis is going to be New York City.
New York City is going to be Atlantis? Oh yeah, it's going underwater. Or you could say Miami or any fucking coastal town, really.
California too, but New York's supposed to be the first one to go.
Yeah, but those pyramids were, they said they were like 100,000-year-old pyramids too, which would totally redefine what we know about humanity.
True.
If there's we're building but also, it could easily be COVID. Oh yeah, for those who are wondering, we haven't recorded in a while because...
so you're going to tell about your COVID adventures?
Yeah, someone might have caught COVID, and we kind of played it safe and listened to the government guidelines and didn't record for a couple weeks.
Kind of? Did you play it safe?
I just didn't look like my friends, really, but if you went to any local supermarket, good luck.
Yeah, well...
Good luck, everybody.
And even still, he's got a bit of a cough and whatever.
I'm really fucking cough. I was smoking fucking weed, bro.
I'm fully vaccinated.
Are you?
I just tell people that until they shut the fuck up. I've been walking around telling people I'm vaccinated so much.
What are those track marks?
It's
actually heroin.
It's the same thing when I tell chicks I got an STD check and I'm clean. Like, I don't fucking know, maybe. There's a chance I'm clean, I hope.
If you never get
It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Right? No, but how was COVID? You survived so far? What was it like?
Yeah, it was not overrated and shit, to be honest.
It was what?
It was not overrated. Like, the fear tactics and all that shit's not really necessary.
You gave it to your mom too, you think?
Probably. We live in the same house.
But she's vaccinated, right?
She's vaccinated.
She's
good.
Half vax or full?
Half vax.
And I've been telling people I'm fully vaxxed. I'm like, yeah, I'm essential. I just goes first. Yeah, I'm a doctor.
No, really, it's really not that serious. Like, you know, I would have been more worried about it if, like I said, my mom wasn't vaccinated. You know, I'm one of those people that believes the vaccine doesn't work or can't work. I'm one of those people that says I don't think it's worth the risk for me to take a vaccine from a fucking cold that won't kill me. So I'll just take my risks in getting COVID. Even though I could still get COVID if I had said vaccine. As you can see, my mom probably has COVID too. So
I meant to ask about something Dixon told me to ask about. Dixon is a friend we have. No, Dixon is a different Dixon. A Dixon I know that is a friend.
Oh.
That we most mutually know.
Okay.
Anyways, you told me to ask about a story about a dumb bitch driver.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to get to that, but we weren't done talking about... Bro, you thought I forgot?
No, I wanted to make sure I did.
I didn't want
Can I even legally talk about this?
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure we touched
of course,
first.
yeah. 100%.
I mean, yeah, because I didn't really do anything. I didn't do anything. Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of funny.
No, I didn't forget. I didn't forget. Trust me, I didn't forget.
I just didn't want to
This is too good to forget.
Let me know about rolling down in the deep. Turn out her brain went numb.
Oh my god. So why are we even asking when talking about this? What happened, right?
Oh yeah, it was dumb bitch.
It was super light, but like we're going through the roundabout.
The girl's signaling like she's going left.
And I'm like,
so I stopped it, and then he went straight.
I have all my shit in the back. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, dog? And he's like, yo, like she had a signal on. I'm like, bro, so what? He's like, I thought she was gonna turn. I'm like, yo, bro, even if she was turning, you could still make it.
And then I said, I don't trust dumb bitch drivers.
Like, I don't trust dumb bitch drivers. And I'm like, you know what?
Fair.
So
then he's like, you should ask the story to Winton about the dumb bitch drivers. So go on about the story. Let's hear it.
My god.
Okay, so basically I was on a route to the East End. I was gonna go check some friends out in Bowmanville.
The racist bitch?
Yeah.
She's a friend now?
Well,
it's just what you just said.
Okay,
but I just decided to be more specific.
Yeah. True, fair.
So,
I was like, wait, you're friends with this bitch?
Racist bitch.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so I was on my way out there and
you're rolling down in the deep woods of the racism.
No, I was just by Simcoe, passing Simcoe, and I'm in the left hand lane, and this bitch decides she's Mario Andretti, and swerves into my lane into the far left.
What's she whipping?
Chevy Cruze.
Fucking Cruze.
White, all white.
All black.
With black taillights too?
Black rim. Everything black.
Oh, black rims too? I'm lying, bro. That's how you already know, fam.
It's either all white or black with those.
You see that shit? But the black rims and tinted taillights too. Tinted taillights. You know they're
so she's definitely fucking female Paul Walker on the streets.
So,
buddy. They almost became Paul Walker.
When I see you again.
Holy.
Listen.
Buddy.
So, when I said there was no room, I mean, there's room. She had space to put her car in there, obviously, but you as any driver should know, if there's space for you to fit your car in between two cars and no other space than that, then that's not adequate space for you to merge.
Yeah.
You should want at least a car length in front and behind.
This is a 2-lane.
We're on Simcoe. We're passing Simcoe on the highway.
You should use a buffer. You need a buffer.
And that's a short on-ramp too.
No, there's no on-ramp. We're just on the highway, period.
She's merging.
She's just merging into my lane. I'm in the far left lane, the speeding lane.
Yeah.
So she wants to merge this lane, whatever. So she cuts me off. I'm like, all right, cool. You're a dumb cunt. She was very unapologetic about it. Didn't do the friendly waves.
One of the
pricks.
You dumb cunt.
I kind of just ended up getting out of lane, speeding around, and then just getting right in front of her, and then proceeded to just drive the speed limits, which is you don't do that in the far left.
She did that.
I did that.
Oh, okay. So you're making a statement now.
Yeah, so I'm making a statement now, you want to be a fucking dickhead.
El dickhead.
We'll drive the speed limit now.
El Canto.
Yes.
So she tries for a while not to speed around me, which I do not let her do. I continuously merge, so she can't get around me.
Oh, that pissed her off.
Yeah, so then eventually she's like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna fucking triple lane merge." Did the triple lane merge, and it was coming around. Basically, there's an 18-wheeler here. She came around this side, being the 18-wheeler, but I'm on this side. I can see her. I can see her wheels going there. My car's faster, so I just spin around.
Yeah, you're driving.
Last minute.
You got that at V8.
Yeah, last minute, and I stopped her from being able to go over again. So more of this is me, this is her. So it's kind of like she comes over, she's like,
yeah, like NASCAR, you're not letting it pass.
She comes over here now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm all the way over here now. She tries to speed off again on this side, but the 18-wheeler has now merged over. So she clips the 18-wheeler. Is it one of these ones like move your body like a snake?
Maybe you shouldn't have told this story after all.
And crashes into the fucking guardrail.
Wow, and she's okay?
I don't give a shit and stick around. Fuck her.
I didn't hear it about the highway being closed up.
Ain't nobody heard nothing. Who knows?
She was probably fucking so pissed.
Her boyfriend put a living.
He almost died over this fucking just being
bro.
a fucking
Yes, bro.
not putting up with that
bro.
shit.
Yeah,
so
that's her fault, right?
good.
Like she should have been driving dangerously in the first place.
Was she white?
Oh, it's a black bitch.
Nah, some dumb black bitch.
Oh, we're talking black on black crime too.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It's not a crime.
black on black violence.
And also, nobody really,
Black on black road rage, we can call it at least.
It was literally just her not being a good enough fucking driver. There was no reason for her to crash at all.
She didn't need to go into that 18-wheeler.
Yeah, 'cause they weren't even doing it. Like he's watching this in his rear view.
Yeah, I'm watching my rearview mirror. It's not like I'm fucking.
When you just see her like,
Yeah,
like a classic
I just
movie
see her,
scene
yeah.
with like this.
so that's
fucking-
like when he's
control.
like walking away from the destruction, like fucking
Yeah.
Joker.
and you're just like, yeah, just keep going.
The 18-wheeler kept on going too.
That's exactly what
The
he
truck
said.
didn't stop. Why would I stop?
Truck didn't stop.
Well, the truck probably didn't even realize he clipped her at all. I bet he's probably
Possibly.
just cruising because sometimes those things.
Yeah,
if
but
it's
he's the one who was
a long
involved in the accident. I wasn't involved in the accident.
Possibly.
No, but I'm just saying, like, they could have very well just not even bucked that.
No, for sure. Like, as I'm saying, I don't blame the truck at all. I just blame her for being a bad driver. Like, she was trying to be unsafe. She could have easily just, like, waited. And this is the part that I always forget to tell this part in the fucking story. So, when I played that whole, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking stop you from going ahead of me, I done it for a bit, then I just stopped. And I sped off. And then she sped to catch up to me and try and, like,
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah,
pull a fast one. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, you're gonna speed up. You could have easily just been going here 120 and gone about
That's
your
what I
way.
said. He wasn't doing anything.
I sped away from her after
And he's
that.
like, yo, I'm done with this. Like, this is, fuck this shit.
So I was like, all right, cool. Like, you sped up to me, like, you know what I mean? You're there with
This
your,
is
like,
after the fact, bro. Like,
you're there with your boyfriend making threatening gestures from your car. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm not
Were
gonna
they both
catch up
black?
to me. Yeah.
Not that it matters, but
No,
I'm just trying to visualize all blacked out car.
But that's
two black,
white
part of,
guy.
That's part of the reason why I dealt with
two black people in your car, two black people in the car behind you. All I'm saying is,
I was
you should have saved it for a Caucasian, and you almost killed a fellow black person. And Black Lives Matter, man.
Well, this is the whole thing. I say this all the time. I'm like, Black Lives Matter, but not all Black lives. There are plenty of Black lives that have.
You've been listening to that drill song, haven't you?
Yeah, I think that's the issue with people.
What if Black Lives Matter?
Yeah. Say Black Lives Matter. Why are you rolling in the streets with the hammer? Whatever that one.
Yeah, that's all big. I'm like,
my God.
Black Lives Matter when it comes to like other people taking Black lives, not Black lives taking Black lives. We have all right in the world to take our lives if we want to.
Yes.
The fuck?
Yes.
On that same mind frame, all the African slave traders had every right to sell off black people then.
Well, I was saying this earlier on a post. I was just like, thank
Yo,
God.
you're agreeing with me. I didn't
I
realize
was saying, I was like, thank God for the first slave traders. I didn't want to be in Africa.
Yeah,
Everything how my
definitely
life's
not.
turned out, I would want to be African, nigga. I'm
But at the same
glad
time,
to
you
be
also
here.
gotta realize, like, yo, they weren't selling niggas because you're a nigga. They were just selling
not-
guys
it's a
because you're an
commodity.
opposing tribe.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, nah. It's beef between all
Yeah.
around us.
And,
And also,
and that's
it's a
completely
commodity.
different because when niggas got here, how we were treated was disrespected based on the fact that we were black. Like over there was based on the fact different tribes. I'm gonna sell this tribe because you're my op. Not because you're another black man. It had nothing to do with race.
Yeah.
Those niggas there, I guarantee you
Yeah.
those niggas there, if they knew how slavery would have turned out, they probably wouldn't even sold
probably wouldn't
niggas.
have done it, bro.
They probably wouldn't have done it.
And yo, those tribes,
Because they didn't realize it was going to be like
they were
that.
enslaving each other, bro.
I was gonna say they were probably slaves in their own then, maybe.
Yeah,
or they
for
were
sure.
selling
But
it.
and their version of slavery is
We
very
don't know, I
different
don't
from the
know.
white man's version of slavery, which is, oh, I'm going to bring you here, I'm going to fuck you in front of the rest of the slaves, and I'm not talking about the girls, I'm talking about the men to emasculate you.
Yo, that's so sus though. Imagine being a slave owner. You
that's-
can literally buy.
That's sus, dog.
That's
You can buy
why-
any gender to fuck, and you're the ideal person, and you're still fucking dudes.
No, that's why the black community is inherently anti-LGBT because of behaviors of the slave masters. That's
Because of the closeted slave owners that need to get it
that's
through
what
their slaves.
started. Like, you know what I mean? Back when, you know, the whole like, oh, that's fire and like button Batima and all those things. That all starts from how black men were treated during slavery by white men.
Is that fact or is that just your theory?
No,
I'm
it's
actually
100% fact based.
It's 100% fact.
It's 100%
I don't know that with you.
fact.
If you just say that.
Because when you look at African culture, African black culture isn't anti-LGBT.
And yo,
if it is, that's based on the fact that they're Muslim.
You can still see traces of it now, and it trickles down to today's law enforcement. We do, and a lot of I do, and I know a lot of my peers when I was in jail and out of jail. Like, bro, we do call cops faggots, bro. Like, oh, you want to come down? You want to come and throw me against a wall and touch me up, bro, and fucking feel between my
that probably pisses
You're a faggot.
off. That probably pisses
You want to come and
much.
fucking caress my body and touch up my... You're a faggot, bro.
But you know what's crazy? I'm just putting on the parallel with this now. Is the fact that they use that as a tactic to demasculate. I don't know the exact word. Emasculate you guys. By you guys, I mean like black slave folks, obviously, like not every single human. But you know who also uses that tactic? Have you ever heard of like Skull and Bones and these like high end? So like Skull and Bones is a secret society at Yale. So it's pretty much like they call it like a secret like boys club secret society. It's at Yale. It's pretty much, but they've had like George Bush is the next Skull and Bones guy who went through Yale. But all these
how far into this are we?
About Skull and Bones?
On the pod.
I guess should be.
Let's see what time it is.
16.
60 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, at Skull and Bones, they and like all these elites, high presidents, and these people have come out of these like secret societies. This is high class white people, right? And the theories of what goes on there, and the reason why it's so secretive, is apparently they do some gay shit and they document it and then hold it against them, right? So that tactic in the trickle down.
You watch Sons of Anarchy?
Do they do that in Sons of Anarchy too?
Yeah, there's a
riding through this world.
Yeah, bro. Some kid, bro. Like, some 16-year-old kid. Long story, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, the correlation is, like, it's just, like, these closeted homo dudes, anytime they get in these positions of power, they're finding any excuse to stick a broomstick up an ass, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Shout out St. Mike's.
For sure.
But it's crazy, because, like, the slave thing would make sense, because you see it even on the elite side.
You want to know a weird connection I can make? A lot of these guys that are doing it, what ethnicity are they? What's their skin color?
You seen Demi Lovato said she's black?
You can make
1%.
No, that was from 2017 though.
Oh yeah, old tweet, and
yeah,
she still has all their hair in that tweet.
1% African. You know what that reminded me of? The Burger King guy.
Why?
Do you know the Burger King guy? Oh, you're not on social enough. He's like an icon. He's
this racist white guy on a fucking plane wearing the Burger King hat.
And he's done it multiple times. He just yells like the N-word at people on the plane, but he goes
viral. The guy
viral.
said he's been trying so hard not to be racist. I haven't said
that. That's Papa John.
No, that's Papa John. That was that guy.
No, this guy is like a random like viral. This guy's like a random viral video guy, and he's literally like just some random guy on like some random plane. And the plane's coming from Jamaica, so it's like a plane full of black people. He's wearing the Burger King hat.
South Africa. And
some black girl like stole his seat on the plane. Is that what the situation is?
I don't know what the situation is. I just know you just started calling.
So people just meme this guy so much, and he's just like this old white guy with like a face tattoo and a Burger King hat, and he's like, "Kick that N-word bitch off the plane!" Yeah. And everyone's like, "Sir!" And then he's like, "Get that nigger off the plane!"
It's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious.
He does this. He looks to the guy next to him, smirks, like a little smirk, like, and then just yells the N-word again.
It's so outrageous, but like,
it's
me,
so
like,
outrageous.
I love that kind of like racism. Like that's the shit that makes me laugh. That shit makes me laugh.
It's only funny because he's in a Burger King hat.
Yeah, it's because he's like this like disheveled white guy. He's like an old university professor. Like hair is like grayish down to the side. Has his little Burger King hat on. And just like, get that nigger bitch off the plane.
And he's like, nigger!
Just like that, bro. So it's so obnoxious.
Yeah, going back to that,
you can't help but think it's funny.
And going back to the Demi Lovato 1% thing is why it reminded me of it is because in the video, if you watch the whole video, he's like, you can't use that word. He's like, I'm part West African. And that's his excuse. He's West African. So all the comments are like, it's okay. He's West African.
Yeah.
But like, there's multiple videos of different planes of this guy getting kicked off. And the thing is I'm pretty sure he's trying to get kicked off these flights because I'm pretty sure it's like he's in a country, like I think he's in like Jamaica or something and like he doesn't want to leave or something. So he keeps having these racist incidents.
Could you imagine? Holy
So he's like on a no-fly list, and I was just like, I don't know if that's the case. He might have been an American flight, but I thought it was like an international like island flight. But this guy is like, I don't know what the fuck his problem is, but it's like he has absolutely nothing to lose. Clearly, like he's just some fucking old. And so like you'll see memes now. People will they'll just be on like a plane and they'll have a Burger King hat on and they'll be like, I know what I need to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. You know, like those like shit like that. So like it's just like it's obviously awful racism, but in terms of memes, it's just one of those things that end up being a hilarious meme.
Listen,
he's part West African.
As a black guy, that's hilarious to me, but you ladies shouldn't be laughing at that.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't find this funny.
I always send him to Winton.
Yo, that is
I always say to him, I'm like, I'm not allowed to enjoy this racism unless fucking Winton. I can share it with Winton. I'll show you the video after. It's gonna go here.
Yeah.
Nah, but straight up though, I don't know who the fuck has the balls to ever fucking in such a public setting. Yeah, she just needs me in my stomach. He's like just complaining about some girl. Yeah, what would you do? Would you take a pic with that guy if you saw him? If you're on like vacation in Jamaica,
I wouldn't take a picture.
And you saw this guy.
No, it's not a celebrity. I just wouldn't like point out, and be like, hey, that's funny. It's that guy, like you know.
And do you think he'd be? Do you think he's actually hates black people? That guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's either mentally ill or he just is a racist.
I don't think he's mentally ill. He enjoyed it way too much.
Well, that's why I think he's mentally ill.
He's definitely racist.
You don't think
found a way that he could do it?
You don't think he's part West African?
He could be.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, even if he is, if he's a white passing black person doing that, is horrendous.
The face tattoo is what confirms it for me. It's probably like serious racism because like the white guy with the face tat doing it, you're like, ugh, I'm getting mad. Fucking jail skinhead vibes from this guy. What else fucking happened this week? Well, there's been like a few weeks since we haven't linked up. You almost killed a bitch. You got COVID. It's been a hectic few weeks for you. I fucking...
You guys said you almost killed a bitch.
Oh, we didn't fucking talk about fucking freeing Palestine.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the biggest thing right now.
Yeah.
And you're anti-Palestine?
Top virtue signaling. No what? I'm not anti anything. I just want says I'll start as clean as I can fucking stay.
I was trying to avoid this, by the way.
I'm black, so I don't give a shit about Palestine or Israel because neither of them give a shit about me. And if it came down to it, either of those people call me a nigger. So I'm not free Palestine or free Israel.
Yes.
And second off,
yes,
everyone that is, all you fucking people need to get the fuck out of these brown people's business and stop fucking virtue signaling like you give a fuck. You have no idea what's going on there. You have no idea how long people have been at war. You have no idea how long they've been hating each other. So it's none of your fucking business. And my next third thing is all these motherfuckers out here crying about it that are actually either from Palestine or from the Middle East. You guys can't even go back home. You're infidels now. I understand Middle Eastern culture. You guys left the promised land, the Holy Land, and came here. So stop crying about Holy Land problems. Because if you cared that much, you would have stayed there and fixed them. Yeah. That's my point on it. Like, you guys left because the persecution was bad or was too violent. So stop bringing that shit here. I don't want to see fucking Palestinians fighting Israelis in the streets of fucking Canada, where you guys are both free to do what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear about that shit. Like, grow the fuck up and go home.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre seeing two groups in Canada.
Palestinians blocking the road as if Trudeau's going to come down and pull the troops out of Israel, which aren't there. Yes. So what the fuck do you expect to do? Like, stop your fucking nonsense. Stop your virtue signaling. We all know what's happening there. Shut the fuck up about it. Because there's war all over the Middle East. And we're all over Africa. I'm about to cry about Palestine getting some fucking land back that they had before that they fucking lost. Because guess what? I wouldn't be sitting here in fucking Canada if some motherfuckers didn't take some land illegally at one point or another. Yeah. And that's the way of the world. So I'm not going to sit here and try and be so virtuous and say, oh, Israel shouldn't have that land. Guess what? They fucking stole it, just like everyone else has been stealing land for the last few thousand years. And if they stole it and earned it, and Palestine can't fend that shit, guess what? It's theirs. If you don't have your land taken, fend it. If you can't fend it, you lose it. It's the way of the fucking world. Yeah. It's not terrorism. It's not occupation. That is the way of the world. Always has been, always will be. This situation is not special. Yeah. That's all I have to say on that situation.
My thing is I've always avoided this issue because there's no winning in terms of like you're not gonna like make everyone happy on
First of all, we're in entertainment, so we're not about to talk bad on some Jews. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Period. No, but it's not gonna happen.
It's just it boggles my mind that no, I'm just gonna play this safely because I've been avoiding this issue, but the amount of people have been waiting in the woodworks, waiting for a reason to be anti-Semitic. I'll just say that much. And
That's the way it comes off.
The
to me.
opportunity, once the opportunity even peaked, there's been a lot of people who've jumped on
dragging Israeli flags and shit. I'm like, yo, is this
But
about freeing Palestine,
Yeah.
or is this about
Same
being
shit happened,
anti-Semitic? That's my question.
BLM brought out a lot of fucking...
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy is, like, you got, like, so those far-right people are, like, supporting Israel. Those, like, the redneck, typical Nazi-esque people that get called Nazis are ironically supporting the Jews. You know what I
Because
mean?
if they have to pick between Jews and sand niggers, they're gonna take Jews.
Yes,
That's the racial totem pole.
For sure.
Yeah.
Asians,
There's still more white
Asians
on
are their top level of accepting outside race. Then you got the Jews. Then you got the Browns. Then you've got the Muslims. And then you got the blacks.
What about Mexicans? They gotta be
Mexicans are somewhere along that Asian line pending. Because it depends on where you are in the South, how they feel about Mexicans.
Yeah, like the more north you go, the more cool it is to be.
Yeah, the more north they're just like, well, you know, as long as you're not black.
I like your food.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But the
It
farther
always
south you
comes
go,
down to as
it's
long
more
as you're
about,
not
you know,
black.
are you stealing our land? Are you stealing our jobs and shit? That's where that wherever it comes from.
Or how about I like the whole idea of you fled a land that was clearly like lacking opportunity, or for whatever reason your family had to leave said land to go to a next stolen land, and then complain about the land that clearly like was worse off, and complain about like stealing land. It's like you said with this whole like, if you're in Canada, it's hard for you to justify care. You can care, like I care. Like it's like for me, it's like the Uyghur Muslims in the concentration camps. I do not approve of that. I do not stand for it. I will speak up against it whenever it happens. But at the end of the day, that's as much as I can do.
Yeah, I don't really care. Not much I can do. Like, well, you think you donated $100 to some fucking foundation, and what they're gonna free one Uyghur Muslim? Is that what you?
Or not even that. Not even that. What about? I did a post about this too.
Or you made a Facebook status, and 10 people liked it, so you did your part. Like,
Yes.
Or I did.
oh, you went to the fucking Free Palestine march in Mississauga. Guess what? Palestine's not free still. They're still bombing it. The Israelis still in Gaza. You know what? They raided another mosque. Africa ceasefire. They don't give a fuck, bro. I don't know how else to tell people. They don't give a fuck. All your virtue signal and acting as if you're a good person or want to let the world know that you care about this issue is stupid. And the reason why it's stupid is because it does not affect you right here.
It doesn't affect
Like when BLM was happening, that affects you right here. If you're a person of color, whether you're black or not, police brutality affects you. Whether you're white or not, doesn't matter what your race is. Police brutality affects you. That's what BLM was marching for. That affects you internationally. But Israel versus Palestine does not affect you.
And like you
not
said,
one way, shape, or form.
And like you said,
Doesn't.
do Black Lives Matter in Palestine or Israel?
They don't.
No, they don't.
And especially not in Israel. Them niggas, I don't want to get into the super political bag about who the real Jews are. Because Nick Cannon already got canceled for saying that the black people are the real Jews. People don't want to go back that far in history and go into all that shit.
Well,
but the Ethiopian Jews that were trying their hardest to get back to Israel were met with mad contempt when they finally got into Israel. After they were brought there, because the Ethiopian Jews were under attack during the ethnic cleansing of Ethiopia. I can't remember which fucking crew it was, whether it was General Butt Naked and his boys or whatever insurgents were there, were killing the black Jews of Ethiopia. So they got some of them, they got to go back to the Holy Land, back to Israel. You know what they were met with? Racism. They're like, why would we even leave Africa? To come here to be hated. We thought we were all Jewish brothers. You're wrong.
So they were allowed
But
in
you're
Israel?
wrong.
Yeah, because they're actually Jewish. They can prove that they have a blood right to the Jewish land. The Ethiopian Jews are one of the 13 tribes of Israel. Like, there's no denying their Jewishness.
And none of them even try to go claim that land, I guess.
Well, no, they got brought there by the Israelis. The Israelis actually brought them there. Like, I'm not saying like all Israelis are bad or all Israelis are racist, but my point of the matter is that like Israel isn't some like long lost state of Africa, if that's what you're gonna believe. Like, no, like once again, you are black everywhere you go except for Africa. And everywhere you go, there are gonna be people that will remind you that you are black and you are not white. Or
And
you are
there's
not
still
the
even
race
a
that is
shit
there.
ton of parts in Africa where that is still true.
Yeah, well, mostly South Africa and
Exactly.
Egypt. The places where there aren't that many black people.
Exactly.
Yeah, how about this?
We get treated like outsiders in our own fucking land. Crazy how that works.
How about this, though? Yeah, but even in a smaller sense, you could feel like an outsider in your own home with your own fucking parents, so it's not hard. And my COVID's already kicking in, fuck. But,
Sick.
no, the thing that I found kind of interesting. I don't want to say funny because that's not the right word, but it made me look at humanity in a funny way. The battle that has happened on TikTok with fucking Palestine and Israel. It's like,
I don't even know TikTok as
So-
as it used to be.
so Israel has an official verified account at Israel on TikTok,
I'm crying.
and they're like pumping. It's like just hot Israeli soldiers, like, you know when you see like
Yeah.
It is so funny to see how war games are played in 2021.
It's so funny because they're like, so you think I would kill a Palestinian kid just from a hot Israeli bitch? And I'm like, no, I don't. Actually.
And not only is it a hot Israeli bitch, it's on the official Israel page.
Buddy, Gal Gadot used to be one of those bitches. Used to be running around in the fucking IDF. So like, let them do what they want to do, man. Gal's hot.
Gal?
Yeah, whatever. I think she's virtuous. I don't think she would hurt a Palestinian kid.
Or what about the what about the LGBTQ people supporting it when it's
and this is what-
10 years to
this is
death
what I-
penalty
this
for
is
being gay in Palestine?
Yeah, that's why I fucking laughed because like I've seen so many LGBT
And that's
people
not a Palestinian.
virtue signaling. Buddy, you want to virtue signal for a Muslim country? Do you know what the fuck they will do to you there? You fucking idiot! Do you know Israel has one of the biggest pride marches in the world? And Israel, Tel Aviv, has the highest gay population in the world.
Everywhere else in the Middle
That's
East.
who you want to beef with? You want to virtue signal against that place that's so accepting of your people for a place that would literally behead you in the streets for your sexual
And
preference and choice?
this isn't a thing
Good
against
one.
Palestine.
Like, how stupid, and it's not against Palestine, but how stupid
Hamas,
of
the
a virtual
government.
signaler can you be? And it's not about that. No, it's not about Palestinian people. It's a Muslim country. It has nothing to do with Hamas or the Palestinian people. If it is a Muslim country, they are anti-LGBT, period. Doesn't matter how good the Palestinian people are.
What
If you're
would
gay
be-
there, you are dead.
Is there one like that would
No.
be a Muslim predominant
No.
country that has an LGBTQ community?
No.
What would be one that would be close?
They have
Turkey?
if they have one, it is secretive and you can be killed for it.
I would say maybe Turkey would be
Why?
one.
Because Turkey's the white Muslims?
No, because it's a European country, so maybe EU laws and like
Turkey's
human rights
considered
laws.
the Middle East.
But
If you know where Turkey sits, it's considered the Middle East.
but they're in like Euro.
They're in Europe. They're in Europe, but like it's like Egypt, Turkey, UAE, Middle East. Like it's all right there. They're not like it's not like Turkey's like on the tip of Portugal.
Yeah.
Turkey is connected to the Middle East.
But
that's why they're a Middle
But I'm
Eastern country
saying
in Europe.
if there had to be one out of all the Muslim-controlled countries,
If there had to
had to
be
be the
one
most pro
country
or pro, like
that
somewhat.
is going to be Muslim and pro LGBT.
I would guess Turkey.
No,
That would be my guess.
I would put no guess out there. My best guess would be like Dubai or something.
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say-
Dubai is the most forward-thinking place in the Middle East. But even then, Dubai still has the rest of the rules the Middle East has.
Definitely Dubai.
See what I'm saying? Like, some of those populations don't exist. It's the same thing. Jamaica has the biggest Christian population in the world. That's most churches per capita. But they still have an LGBT community there. The difference is that you might get killed for it. The same thing in the Middle East.
And why are you guys calling it the Holy Land when there's been endless wars for its entire existence?
Because Israel is the Holy Land.
No, but
for
how,
all religions.
How does that make it holy? It sounds like a fucking unlucky place. It sounds like a cursed
Well,
place.
that's what makes it holy. People fight over it, dum-dum.
I don't
That's
think
what
it's holy.
places that people fight over are either places that have great resources or places that holy things have happened.
I'm just saying, holy things have happened there, like in their eyes, but in terms of like realistically looking at a holy place, the way I look at the term holy is like a place that is like sacred, protected. Like Mecca is more holy. Like when's the last time someone raided Mecca?
Mecca's only so protected because the only people that can run into Mecca will be outsiders of the Muslim faith, and whatever person decides to attack Mecca is going to cause,
and hopefully nobody ever does,
the biggest war of all time. Like,
yeah,
that's what it is. Like with Jerusalem, it's a little bit different because Jerusalem is like in the Middle East, and it's a holy site for Christians, Jews, and the Muslim people. So there's always going to be fighting over it because there's three groups that find it as a holy site, whereas Mecca is strictly for Muslims.
Would you ever
Christians
go?
don't give a fuck about Mecca.
Would you ever go to this holy land?
To Jerusalem?
No, to any of these holy lands.
Yeah, I would go just to like see if I feel the vibes.
But is it near the top of your destinations that you actually want to go?
Not really.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just I don't see the appeal
But that's just
other
because,
than
like,
like Ooh,
most of the
these
Holy
cities
Lands,
were in the Bible.
most of the
Big
Holy Lands are
fucking
in the
deal.
Middle East, and like the Middle East is kind of shitty.
Oh, I want to go to Nazareth because some imaginary fictional character you wrote down in a book was apparently born. They're like, fuck off.
Yeah, but that's
I'm trying to catch a fucking sunburn in a fucking Aruba.
That's what. That's
fuck
my
down
whole
here.
point. It's like there's nothing there to really go for unless you go there for those religious reasons. Like,
That's
why am
why
I
you
gonna
have
go
to
to
be
the Middle
religious.
East?
The only thing that
I could get hot sun in the Caribbean, or I can go to Fiji, or all other places around the world, and I can get a beachfront too, and I can go there without to drink legally. Why do I want to go to the Middle East? What is there for me? The only
And they
reason
don't want
I
you
would
there.
ever
That's
have
the
to
thing
go to the
either.
Middle East, the only reason I want to go there is to export a wife. That is it. The only reason to go to the Middle
even
East.
Israel, I don't know at one point why I would ever be like, yeah, I really need to go to Israel. I'd be like.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
honestly,
go anywhere
actually,
where
I
I
would
could
go
die just
Dubai.
for going there.
Dubai is the one place I would definitely go.
And even, unless I'm saying, even with Dubai like is just only sick if you're rich. Like, there's anything you can do in Dubai, you can do anywhere else. So you go to Miami, do everything you do in Miami and Dubai. It's the exact same.
It's a rich people place, eh?
That's all it is. Just be around the world's league. You want to rent exotic cars? You can do it in Toronto, but you can do it in Miami. You want to have that beachfront look? You can do it in Miami instead of going to Dubai. You want to go to all fucking expensive stores? They have one of those strips in every major city in the fucking world. So I don't need to go to Dubai. Dubai is simply if you're a baller and you want to live life to the highest end. Like, you don't want to just go to a hotel for the sake of going to a hotel and then the enjoyment is going out and gallivanting. You're going to Dubai to have a fucking 8-star experience in some super sick hotel where they cater to you the whole time and bring you top shelf food along with the experience of being in Dubai and all the nice things you can see in Dubai and the shopping in Dubai. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going there for the entire experience. It's not just like the weather, like Miami, or like, you know what I mean, or like, you know what I mean, like one of those kind of things. Or the
And I just
shopping.
want to make this known, just for the record, I am not like I want the Palestinian people to be safe, and I just want humanity. I don't want people being evicted from homes. I don't want random missiles
Listen,
also being fired at
my
Jews.
main point, once again,
I'm not
is
picking
like,
a side
I can't
on this.
sit here and cry for Palestine when Hamas does what Hamas does. Regardless of whether Israel's a strong country or not, these are two people, these are two lands, and I say lands because one place actually is a land, one place is pretending, are fighting over over a place that one place actually has the land to. And my main thing has, like I always said, is one, you are in the Middle East. There is literally 15 other Middle Eastern countries there for the Palestinian people to choose from and go to. Yet they choose to stay there and say, oh, we have it so rough, and fight Israel when they have no fucking chance at all. Like, to me, this isn't big brain thinking. I would leave. Because that's what people in Syria did. They're like, oh, the war's popping, we're off this. There wasn't this need for nationalism.
And there's countries that can't take you in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just don't really feel bad for people that want to sit there and be like, oh, well, it's our land, and like beat the same drum over and over again and fucking die over and over again and then be like, well, Israel needs to stop. Like, no, Israel won, bro. They won. They're not giving you the fucking land back. So either leave or die. Like, that's... No one is stopping them. If you guys haven't noticed this, it's been over 70 fucking years of this shit.
Yeah.
People acting like because it got trending on TikTok that this just happened. No, this has been happening from their parents' age, before my dad
Even
was
longer.
alive. So I want to sit there and be like, oh, I feel bad for you. Leave. Fucking leave. You have the entire Middle East. Everyone there speaking the same fucking Arabic, whatever the fuck you guys speak. Go over there. You want to stay in the one Jewish country and fight them? A losing fight? And then say, oh, they're killing our children? Well, yeah. They don't fucking like you. The fuck?
My biggest thing...
That's what niggas were saying in the 60s. We're like, well, we're going to leave. We're going to go back to fucking Africa. And white people were like, okay, we'll sign some documents. You guys can stay. We don't want you to leave.
Well, my perspective is really... People want everyone to speak up on this issue. And as a white guy who has recently, in the past years... Not as me personally, but like white people... We have been criticized a lot for sticking our noses in things. Mm-hmm. So I'm like... You know what? I think I am going to stay out of this. You know, and simple as that. And it's not a disrespect thing. It's just like, that's where we have fucked up as whites. We always stick our nose in places it shouldn't be. And that's where we get each other, where we get in trouble historically. For good or bad, I just think I'm going to stay out of it. As a white guy, what do I have? What can I say that really matters? And I shouldn't even have an opinion on it. I'm
someone off.
Yeah, you know, I'm just making someone angry.
I'm just a black guy, and like obviously my take won't be taken as bad as yours because They won't be like,
Even
oh,
both.
yo,
They
this-
don't like you either, though. That's
You're
the
coming
thing.
from this place of privilege. Like, no, I'm coming from a place of fucking common sense, bro. Like, I'm black, right? My parents are fucking black. When we decided we're gonna move to Toronto, we said we'll go to Ajax. Why? Because it's just far enough that we're not in the city, but not that far where we're gonna be extremely alienated for being black.
Yeah.
Those are called common sense moves. We could have went out to fucking Peterborough and had a hell of a fucking time.
What?
But we chose not to. And this is why I sit there with the Palestinians and say, well, make a fucking decision. It's not working staying there.
I know a girl...
The world is looking, but the world's not going to do anything. On top of the fact, once again, you're in the Middle East. Look at all these countries there that could help and aren't helping. And you want Canadian Muslims to help you and regular old-fashioned white Canadians and black Canadians
think of this.
to put their fucking thumb in your business? There's 50 Muslim countries sitting right fucking there, not doing a goddamn thing. So what does that tell me? That it's not my business if it's not their business.
This is crazy.
saying.
I know a girl. She's actually part Palestinian, and she's
Which is
also...
part of Israeli.
I think she's Lebanese, which is just north of
No,
there.
I'm saying, like, people always say, like, oh, I'm Palestinian. I'm like, well, you're not really, because there is no Palestine.
But hear me out.
You're from Gaza. You're from Israel. But you can't be from Palestine.
I'll give her Lebanese because I know she's Lebanese, which is just the north of
Yeah,
them.
so she's Lebanese.
Yeah, but she might have family that's also from whatever Palestine.
From Israel.
Anyways, she's been posting a lot of stories about like Palestine, which I respect. Whatever, no big deal. I know she's side note. She's also into black dudes. Just for the saying, because this has to do with the story. This has to do with the story. So this girl's a great girl. I know this girl very
rolling
nice.
down in the deep.
But yeah, she rolls down in the deep.
Bringing and yeah.
So this girl's rolling a lot about Palestine and like making the comparison, like if you like you know with the Black Lives Matter, like if you stood up for this you also stand up for this. But hear me out before you say
Not
anything.
the same, but go on.
But hear me out. This kind of narrative. I know that she's told me personally that like she's into black dudes, and her mom she would never bring a black dude home to.
Yeah.
She is one of these people, like not her personally, but like her family, even like just a generation above her from this area, roughly, and even still in Canada, there's still enough on those people where like they don't give a fuck about you. Like we're like a girl who's clearly, I know she's not racist by any means or anything like that, but like she even makes the conscious decisions to not bring black people around her home because of her parents, but also wants the support of black people in Free Palestine cause. I just find it kind of ironic.
Yeah,
it's
like, why
like,
don't you just do that in your home?
why do you expect these people to jump on your cause right here, and you can't even bring a black? You can't even have the audacity to break the barrier in your home.
Yeah, you can't even break that barrier in your home. You want to get black people to ride for Palestine, but you can't get your mom to call black people niggers.
And you love getting black guys.
You can't even openly date a black man in your home, but you want me to come and support Palestine? Like, no.
Let's start in the home.
Once
What
again,
I'm
what
saying.
I've always said to all black people, especially those liberal black people that like to jump on these bandwagons, yo, not all people of color are your fucking friends.
Yes.
Not all black people are your allies as a black person. So as a black person, you must be mindful of whose side you're going to run off and fight for. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter that, it's a virtuous cause and it's the right thing to do. Because I can't outright say that 50% of Palestinian people would not call me a nigger.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm just asking for 50%.
Yes.
I still
And
think,
if that's the case, then I'm not fucking
and
rocking
it's not
with
just
you.
Palestine, it's also Israelis, I'm sure.
Exactly, and it's also Israelis too.
Unless you're like a celebrity.
I can't get a 50%.
Yes. Yes.
It's crazy.
I can't get 50% from white people, can I?
Yes.
So, and this is my golden rule. If you can't get 50% of that population not calling you the N-word, then don't rock with them. And that's every population. Yeah. So don't rock with anybody that don't fucking look like you.
No, I want to disagree with that. I gotta say that we gotta take MLK's advice where you need to judge someone by the content of their character.
I'm more of a Malcolm X type guy. Like, I really believe Malcolm X had it right because his idea
you also tried to kill a black bitch earlier this week.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But Malcolm X was killed by niggas too.
I thought he was killed by the fucking FBI.
No, he was killed by niggas, man.
That's who the CIA fucking framed. Or
CIA killed Martin Luther King.
John Lennon, what about him? He was killed by fucking CIA, wasn't he?
What the fuck about John? He's a fucking singer, bro. We're talking about like leaders of men. Like,
dog, this guy was Mr. World Peace though, with his fucking "Give Peace a Chance." That was like his fucking track. He was the World Peace guy.
How sure are you?
He dated an Asian bitch, just like Derek Chauvin. Yeah, he might have been racist.
How sure are you that he didn't like black people?
John Lennon?
Yes. How sure are you? How sure are we?
Yeah, that's a good point. Do we know the Beatles aren't racist? They're from England. I don't know. Are English people really known for racism? Oh yeah, they did colonize the world and nah. No one would write "give peace a chance" and not be racist, right? Well, peace also includes not being racist. Give peace a chance in an all-white society. I think it does to give peace a chance. There has to be a level of love and compassion, doesn't there?
All it means is that.
All I'm saying, Palestine and Israel, is to give peace a chance. Like, or just move to fucking Canada. We'll take you in. We love refugees here. Like, realistically, we'll help you out. We'll hook you up. Like, you can claim refugee status. If you're a Palestinian, I know it's COVID. And I'm not saying Israelis should be raiding mosques, but at the same time, that mosque had no one was wearing masks. They were not following social distancing. So... You get what you get. No, I'm totally kidding. That's a joke. You shouldn't be raiding any holy sites, including the Canadian government who loves.
So you're gonna wear a mask? Hold this tear gas then.
Yeah.
If you were wearing your fucking mask, the tear gas would.
Or what about these accounts that the same day the pro-lockdown rally, they're like, these idiots are the reason we're in this, and then the same accounts are literally posting the Free Palestine protest.
I got arguments with these Palestine
this.
fucking guys and shit, and they're just like,
what's the difference?
The Palestine guys were like, they're like, everyone was wearing a mask. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at the pictures, like.
Some people wearing masks. Lots of people wear.
You can argue 100% that the Palestine crew would be more likely to wear masks than the anti-mask.
More people wore masks at that one.
100%. For sure. You can say that. But to say everyone was wearing masks, people were actually fighting about this. So like, why would you even bring that up? I'm like, because people are going to act as if only one protest was spreading COVID when both were doing the exact same thing.
I'm just saying, don't glorify one and then talk shit about another.
On top of the fact, one, it's all outside anyway. So what are we even worried about? They're outside. We know the transmission rate is supposed to be low outside anyway. So you're going to sit there and be like, you're spreading COVID at this one, but we're not spreading COVID at the Palestinian one, even though you can't really transmit COVID at a high rate outside in the first place?
And this motherfucker got COVID. If it didn't kill this fuck, then he's not a healthy dude.
By any means.
You smoke a lot of blunts.
Smoke a lot of
probably
blunts.
Don't eat that healthy.
Shit.
Eats like garbage.
You are the demographic that would hit hard.
Yeah,
and
100%.
This guy lost his taste, which is probably literally the worst thing that could happen to a guy that loves food. Is to lose their taste. You're still trying to eat fancy, but let's wrap this up. Free Palestine to the Israelis, please, or to the Muslim population. We can't kill all Jews either, so we got to find a peaceful medium.
That's why a healthy medium.
Jews don't need to be exterminated, but at the same time, the Palestinian people can find safe homes.
And you guys have to realize, they're resilient. You guys really tried to, not you guys, but people really tried to destroy the Jews. It didn't work. And they came back stronger. They're like fucking cockroaches.
Okay, so Jews are white, right?
Let's think about this. If the Muslims try this again and try to fuck up with the Jews, the next time that they come back, we won't be able to stop them. So let's just leave these fucking people alone, because they're fucking resilient.
What do you mean we won't be able to stop them? The Jews?
I'm just looking at it they're already traveling all over Europe. Hitler was like, no, you guys are killing our economy. We have to eradicate you. Tried to eradicate them. Britain was like, okay, fine, we'll give you Palestine. And now they have one of the top militaries in the fucking world and a goddamn Iron Dome that shoots down 95% of the fucking missiles that are sent every fucking day. So that tells me that if someone does manage to fuck up Israel or the Jewish people again, the next time they come back, they're going to live in like some kind of underground bunker with fucking nuclear silos around the edges. Like, you won't be able to stop them, is my point. They only come back stronger.
Yeah, my thing is Jews are, I don't know people, they don't say they're white, but they are for sure white. Jews, just want to put that out there. I look at their skin, they're like
a lot of them are white, and a lot of that, where all the Hollywood money goes.
And number two, Jews also think they're a chosen, holier people than everyone else. Low-key, they are the white supremacists that are running the world.
The Zionists, but this is once again my
just saying, I don't agree with that,
but fucking theory once again.
Stop putting this on me. You're the white supremacist.
People are sitting here like, for Free Palestine to stop, we should stop Israel. Okay, stop watching movies and turn off your fucking stereo. Do your part to stop Israel.
Yeah, Disney also supports the fucking Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps. Cancel Disney.
You turn on your TV, you turn on your radio, you're playing your fucking iPod, all that shit's sending money to Israel. So if you really want to be about what you say you're about, shut the fuck up and turn off your electronics.
Also,
live in the dark ages.
Also, if you're listening, just don't fucking be rated Moss. You're asking for fucking shit.
If you're listening, throw me a bone. I need a record deal, man. I just started this rap shit out. Throw me a fucking bone. That's my plea to Israel.
You might be better. You'd be better off going the Arabic route, maybe with like a Dubai flex. That's like more of the hip hop friendly. I don't see too much. Actually, Jews in maybe America.
What is the name of the white guy on all those skits on Eminem's albums?
Stan.
No.
Steen.
Paul
Rosenberg.
Bergs. The Bergs.
Who is the head of Interscope Records?
Steen or a Berg?
Jimmy Iovine. What do those two men have in common?
Little dicks.
No. Israel. And on that note, we'll end this fucking pod.
Oh my god.
Let's keep rolling down in the deep. Love y'all.